Hello Andrew, we've got the transmission out of your 99 F350. This is what it looks like when it's all apart. I'll go over some things that we found on the inside with you so that you understand what it is there on the parts and pieces that we're talking about. So we'll start with the pan. There is quite a bit of material on top of the magnet here. That's going to be 2 or 3 times the normal amount that we normally like to see. This pan itself, this pan gasket is not the original gasket. If you look at the wording right here, so if you look here, this is backwards because it's stamped on the other side, but it says pan is equipped with a reusable gasket. This is not a reusable gasket. When people put in this neoprene gasket, it dimples the top of the pan rail. It's supposed to be a hard rubber gasket. It is the best gasket that you can use in this application. So this is, in our estimation, the wrong gasket to use. The filters that come with that, this is going to be a filter. It's made in China. There's no real markings on it. So no real markings. There is concern a lot of times with the cheaper filters with regards to the filter media down there. This one looks like it's sucked up. I think the filter was probably restricting the flow into the pump. So like in this situation, we have a lot of damage that looks like pressure related, but not one thing that really should stop forward altogether. So as far as the forward clutch stuff, the forward clutch is a component that comes on and it has to come on in order to move forward. But you can see we have some fairly severe wear on the center support here where the case lugs would ride. And this wear can cause the support is supposed to be bolted. So you can see there's some bolts there and then feed holes for the clutch. The forward clutch oil is going to come through inside here, right through this hole there, and there's going to be 2 sealing rings. And so it's important that this remain stationary and be properly supported. So when you have that wear like that, you're going to have a situation where this is rocking in the case like that. That's why the wear happens. So what we do here is we machine away material and then we put a steel snap ring down, and that snap ring is going to support the whole way. So this is something that typically does cause delays in forward, but it shouldn't cause a no forward movement at all. We revved up the engine and still couldn't get it to move forward. Well, as far as our burnt clutches, this one is the overrun clutch or the coast clutch, and you can see the darkening on the steel plate. That is from slippage, and we have darkening on the friction surface as well. This is a dark lining, so it's hard to see on the camera. This is the low reverse clutch. This is really what the clutch should look like. You can see the coloring there. It's sort of a reddish brown, but when we look at these ones, you can see the black line there. That black line is the slippage. So again, the low reverse clutch we know has been slipping. This one is the front or forward clutch. This is the one that has to come on for all the forward gears. And you see the black line there, and then you see the leopard spotting on the steel plate. That's going to be from the slippage, of course. This one is our high reverse clutch. It's going to come on for third in reverse. It actually looks a little bit like it's got a little bit of discoloration, and the teeth, the internal teeth here, have a little bit of wear. So these clutches have to be replaced, but not because they were slipping. This one is our intermediate clutch. It's going to come on for second gear. Same thing, you can see the leopard spotting on the steel plates, and you can see the slippage on the clutches. This one's the overdrive clutch. It's going to come on for fourth gear. Some overheating. You see the discoloration between this clutch and this clutch, but it's not burnt. It wasn't actually slipping. The pump itself looks okay. The torque converter hub is going to come through here, and this is going to turn like that once the engine is turned over and started. This has the old style seal. That gray seal is prone to having leaks, but this one doesn't really look like it was leaking too bad. It does look like there was some leak up the front, but it wasn't, didn't get rid of all the oil, and that's not why we have no reverse, or no forward, I mean. We do have to look at the pressure regulator line up inside the pump. So this valve train here is going to be our pressure regulator. So we're going to have to look at that and make sure there's no wear there. But looking at what we can see right here, it looks like it's probably a combination of the wear of this center support as well as the filter quality is what it looks like. We don't typically have burning on both reverse and forward unless there's a problem with the fluid levels and or the pressure inside the transmission. So it really does look like it's going to be a filter quality issue that may have been the straw that broke the camel's back. The torque converter is not up here, but the converter has a little bit of bluing that would be similar to this. So on the back cover of the converter where there's a lockup clutch, we do see a little bit of bluing, so it does look like it has gotten hot as well. So we're going to recommend the torque converter be replaced in both instances as well. So that's basically what we found on the inside. The planetaries and the other hard parts, we're going to have some bushing wear. Quite often that bushing is going to be worn. But the gears themselves, they look okay, so we don't see any issues there. It would be simply a reseal, and we're going to replace the clutches that are burnt, and we're going to take care of any pressure-related problems. So that's what we found on the inside. Thanks.